We asked Tulsidas the same question, why did you like this Ramayana so much? And this is his answer. Ehi Mahu Raghupati Naam Adhara Ati Pavana Purana Shruti Tara Ehi Mahu Raghupati Naam Adhara Ati Pavana Purana Shruti Tara Shri Ram Jaya Ram I love this text so much because every page I turn, the name Ram is there. Naam Adhara. What is so special about his name? Bandavadam Ram Raghuvar ko Hetu Krishanu Bhanu Himakar ko. I bow to that name Ram because Hetu Krishanu Bhanu, it is similar to the light of the sun, the light of the moon, the light of fire. The name illumines, the name destroys darkness, the name comforts, the name elevates, the name edifies, the name liberates. Mangala Bhavana Mangala Hari. Instantly it gives you joy. When you recite this name, when you chant the name with devotion, it brings so much happiness to the heart. And simultaneously, a Mangala Hari, it removes all your sorrows. That's a power and a beauty in his name, Ram. And Tulsidas says, this is the reason why I love my Ram. It is also a reason why this devotee, Shabari, loved her Ram too. Because, my dear brothers and sisters, when Shabari was a little girl, Shabari wanted to become a sannyasi. Now, from that tender age, she had the desire that she wanted to spend the rest of her life in service to God at an ashram. Now, who would want to accept such a child in an ashram? So she went to this ashram of this sage, Matangarishi, and she requested that she would like to be an intern in this ashram. But of course, because of her gender status, she was barred from entering this ashram. Holy men resided there. Now, she did not give up on this desire to be in this ashram. So what she did, she used to hide in the bushes around the shrubs around this ashram. And she would eavesdrop on conversations by great saints and sages who would visit this ashram. and they would have conversations about Sri Ram. Now, the more she listened to the glories of Sri Ram, the more her love grew for the Lord. By listening only to the name of Ram, she fell in love with Sri Ram. She fell in love with the Lord. Now, it was so profound, so intense, that she would not leave that ashram, the outskirts of the ashram. So she remained there until she was of age. And then finally, she was accepted into this ashram by the Saint Matang. Now, she took sanskar with this Saint Matang Rishi. She became his shishya. He became her guru. Eventually, this saint would leave his ashram. Either he went to attain moksha, or he simply abandoned his ashram. But before doing so, he made a promise to Shabari. And he says that, my child, I know how much you love Sri Ram. I know how much you love Sri Ram. One day, Sri Ram will come and he'll pay you a visit. Ram, Ram, ratte, dheere, tumhariya. Ram, Ram, ratte, dheere, tumhariya. Raghukul nandan babu aaoge, dilni ki nagariya. मैं शबरी मिलनी की जाई, भजन भावना जान रे, भजन भावना जान रे। राम तेरे दर्शन के हित सन, मेरी अंपार रे, मन में जीवन पावे। चरण कमल से निर्मल कर दो, दासी की गोपरिया। राम, राम, धीरे, tumhariya। राम, राम, धीरे, tumhariya। रघुकुल नंदन कब आओगे, दिलनी की नगरिया। राम, राम, धीरे, tumhariया। रोज सवेरे वन में जाकर फल चुन चुन कर लाऊंगी, फल चुन चुन कर लाऊंगी। अपने प्रभु After the Guruji promised her that Sri Ram would come one day, my child, and your eyes will be blessed with his darshan. From that day onwards, her prayer was, Rama Rama Ratate Ratate Biti Revamaya. Lord, years are going by, time is going by, age is going by. Raghunandan, kab aogi? When will you come, my Lord? Bilni ki dagariya, to this Bilni's poor heart. Mai Shabari Bilni ki jai bhajan bhav na januri. I am Shabari, Lord. I am this Bilni, belong to the Bil tribe. I am a woman of low birth. Bhajan bhav na januri. I don't know how to sing your praises. Ram tere darshan ke ban mein jeevan palore. Without your darshan, my life is simply wasted away in this forest. Charan kamal se nirmal kar do dasi ki jhopariya. Lord, please let this lotus feet of yours touch this ground of my jhopari, of my little hut. Roz saveri ban mein jaakar phal chun chun kar laungi. Every day she would go to the forest and she would gather fresh fruits and bulbs and flowers and roots, and she would prepare, waiting for the arrival of Sri Ram. Phal chun chun kar laungi, apne prabhu ke sannukh rakh ke prem se bhog lagao, so that when Sri Ram would come, he would have a feast. And then, at the end of the day, Sri Ram would not show up. And disappointed, she goes to sleep. But she wakes up the next morning with renewed faith, with renewed hope and confidence that today the Lord will come. I know He'll come today. And then the day would go by, And yet the Lord wouldn't arrive, even after she would have gathered fresh fruits and bulbs all over again. And one writer says she rolled herself on the ground, leading up to the hut, so that any thorns that were there, she would pick it up on her own body. She rather hurt herself, but not bend her feet or she down. And then another day goes by, and no round. And another day goes by, and no round. And weeks go by, and she wouldn't see her round. And months would go by, and years go by. And Shabari is still waiting, and still waiting, and still waiting. Tahi dei gati Rama Udara, Tahi dei gati Rama Udara, Shabari ke ashram panodhara, Shabari ke ashram panodhara, Shri Rama Jai Jai Rama, Shri Rama If you were Shabari, and so many months will go by, and so many years will go by, and you're getting old and gray and all wrinkled now, what will go through your mind? You're not saying Sri Ram coming. You're waiting every day, you're making all these preparations, at the end of the day, he's not there. Then this happens over a period of years, and he's still not showing up. What thoughts would go through your mind? Let me answer the question for you. 99% of us will tell ourselves, he's not going to come. Isn't that so? He's not going to come. Because I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. The Guru said, Sri Ram will come one. He didn't say when. He didn't say when you're 90 years old, he'll be there. He didn't say when you're 80 years old, he'll come. He didn't mention a month, he didn't mention a year, he didn't mention a day. He said Sri Ram will come. So that puts the word out. Sri Ram is not coming. So you could do a lot of things. You could simply abandon the ashram by abandoning hope. You walk out of there, you move on, you give up your body, you can do a lot of things. I can't stay alone in this forest all by myself in this little hut. I have to move on. Or you simply give up your faith. It says he's not going to come anymore. What's the point going to get fresh fruits and flowers every day? He's not going to come. Might as well go on with my normal life. The Guru probably he made a mistake. A lot of, astrologers make mistakes too. Says, he said maybe, he was wrong. Prediction was not right. But my dear brothers and sisters, Shabari didn't belong to that category. You know why? She held on. This is the reason why she came. This is why this encounter, this meeting was made possible. Because she held on steadfastly to the promise of the Guru. Two things. Her faith in Sri Ram and her faith in the Guru's words. My Guruji said he's going to come. I have all my trust, all my faith in my Guruji. And if Guruji said he's going to come, then he's going to come. Because I have my faith in the Lord. I know how compassionate he is. I know how loving he is. And how much he cares about his devotee. And if the Guru said, such compassionate Lord is going to come one day, and he's going to visit you, and you're going to have this meeting with him, then he will come. That is the reason why Tahi Degati Rama Udhara. Shri Ram arrived Shabari ke ashram Bhagadara. Now that fateful day, Shri Ram on foot. He didn't come in a chariot. He didn't come in a plane. He didn't take a taxi. I was giving this kata one time, and one person said, you take an Uber. He came on foot. You know what the message is? When you make one step towards the Lord, he takes several steps towards you. Hundreds of steps towards you. He personally transported himself from Vaikunth Lok to Prithviman, to earth, from Ayodhya, miles into the forest, from where he was living into the forest, miles again, all the way on foot, barefooted, because Bharat took his sandals away, barefooted to this ashram of his devotee. Was it an accidental visit or was it a purposeful visit? Shri Ram, the Lord, searches for his devotee. He searched for her, sought her out in his forest. He knows there is someone who has tremendous love for me, someone who has tremendous devotion for me, someone who's been waiting for me there years. I must fulfill that promise. I must visit her. That's the reason why he came to the world in the first place. And that's so, Bhakti hetu Bhagwan Prabhu, Rama Devato Nubhu. Bhakti hetu, for the sake of his devotees, he assumed this human form. So he didn't come to rule a kingdom. He didn't come to destroy Ravan. He came for the sake of you and me, for the sake of the devotees. And this is one classic devotee who fulfilled all the requirements, who had all it takes for this visit to be made possible. And Sri Ram, of course, he singles her out and he makes that visit all the way through the dense forest, through several pathways, the trees. It's not like a road, a straight road you're walking, through winding paths and trees and shrubs and everything. In the intense heat of the forest, bearing all the hardships, all the way to arrive as this devotee's home. Suppose you are Shabari and Sri Ram makes this trip to your house. How do you feel? You didn't go to his house. He came to your house. You knock on your door. You open his door. What do you see? Sri Ram and Lakshman standing there. If your heart not strong, you don't happen. You get a heart attack. There the Lord came, my dear brothers and sisters. Now, when Shabari saw for the first time Sri Ram arriving there, first thought that came to her mind, the very first thought that came to her mind when she saw Sri Ram, she didn't think, well, Sri Ram, she didn't have the flowers she gathered, she didn't have the fruits there, she didn't think, well, am I prepared for the visit or not? First thought that came to her mind was, Muni ke bachan sa mujhe chiye. First thought came to her mind, Muni ke bachan, the promise of her Guruji. When she saw Sri Ram, she said, oh my God, my Guruji said yes, they will come. Because she had so much faith in the Guru's words, she didn't forget that promise. My Guruji said they will come. My Guruji was right. He was so right. Here they are. Now, my dear brothers and sisters, Shabari, Dekhi Rama Gaya, Muni ke bachan sojiye bhai. So she beheld them now. Sarasi Jalochana Bahu Visala, Jatamo Kutsira Urban Mala. How they were dressed with lotus eyes, long arms, crown of knotted hair, adorning their heads, a garland of forest flowers hanging on their chest. And the two brothers looked so exquisitely charming, one dark, one fair. Shama Gaura Sundar Ruhai. How did she greet them? When a holy person comes to your home, how do you greet the person? I mean a holy person. Hi, you say hi, shake hands. Or what's up? You get that these days, would you? What she did? Shabari pari charan lapatai. She didn't only bow halfway. Some people bow touch your knee nowadays and bow. Some touch your belly too. Yeah, you find out about that. Kind of touch like this, play a little bad. She prostrated, somebody pari charan lapatai. She fell flat on the ground with her head touching the feet of the Lord. Now that's what you call bowing. That's total surrender, total prostration. That's how she greeted Sri Ram when he arrived. Now, up to this point, she did not say anything. She didn't even say Jai Sri Ram. She did not say a word. Automatically, spontaneously, she just throws herself to the ground and her head again and again touching the lotus feet of the Lord. Now, that is what you call devotion in action. That's what our Mataji is about. That's the humility our Mataji Poonrasee possessed. Anytime any revered person would visit her home, or she got at a person, she would not hesitate to show reverence to that person. I had so many experiences with her before. That's why I single her out, and she is identical to this Shabari we described here tonight. Now, Ram 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 Sri Ram 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 Sri Ram Prema Magana Mukha Vatan Nava Prema Magana Mukha Vatan Nava Puri Puri Anyone who is literally drowned in ecstasy, drowned in sublime love for the Lord. My dear brothers and sisters, it is very hard for his sound to be uttered from your lips. Very hard for you to speak. You become dumbfounded, speechless. No word would come to your lips. You're so much immersed in this ocean of love. In fact, you become the ocean of love. Like the rivers flowing into the ocean. The river doesn't flow to meet the ocean. The river flows into the ocean. The river becomes the ocean. The devotee identifies with God. The devotee becomes one with the Lord. That glue of praying, of love, is what binds the devotee to the Lord. So in this case, prem magar mukh bachan awa, that not a single word could escape her lips. Puri puri pada saroj siranawa. And again she bowed her head to the lotus feet. She would not stop bowing. She could not help expressing this love and this humility to the Lord. Now, she is so overwhelmed with joy. You can imagine her state of mind. Because her entire life, she's been waiting to have this meeting with the Lord. She's been listening so much to the greatness, about the greatness of the Lord Sri Ram. The Guruji promised her that Sri Ram would come. She waited so many years after. She made so many preparations. Finally, the Lord came. That day, the Lord appeared. Now, what's going to be your reaction then? You do not want to let go of the Lord. When a bee finds the nectar in a flower, he doesn't want to exit that flower anymore. Even when the evening time comes and those petals will close, because the sun goes down, the bee rather allows herself to be trapped in the walls of that, imprisoned in the wall, because it becomes inebriated, sipping and drinking of this nectar all day. What has been pursuing all his life. And so Shabari, she got about once, and she got knocked up. She doesn't want this meeting to end. It's just like the boatman. When he got a chance to worship, to wash the feet of Sri Ram, what he did? You know what he did? He didn't wash the like we washed nowadays. He washed and finished. It's okay, it's fine. He washed and washed and washed and kept on washing. And Sri Ram said, what's going on? Well, he didn't say like that. But probably he meant that. But time is lost already. Kevat said, listen, Prabhu, I have to decide. I have to tell you when those feet are clean. I'm the one washing the feet. So he would wash the feet to his heart's content. Likewise, Shabari here, she is washing and washing and washing the feet. Now, if we draw a parallel between Shabari and Hanumanji, let us look at the meeting of Hanumanji and Sri Ram. Let us look at the meeting between Shabari and Sri Ram. When Hanumanji went, he saw the same figures, Ram and Lakshman, dressed alike, like in this case. But what happens? Look at the difference here. When Hanumanji goes and he sees these two brothers standing there, he had to ask a question. Who are you two brothers? Who are you two heroes walking in this forest? He had to ask them to identify themselves. And then Sri Ram would speak, Naam Ram Lakshman no bhai, Sanganari Kusumani Suhai. Sri Ram had to identify himself. Well, I am Ram, Mr. Lakshman. Question. Did Shabari ask that question? Why? She didn't ask the question. Because she didn't have to ask the question. She recognized them instantly. And not because she saw them before, she never saw them before. She didn't know what they looked like. They could be two imposters, two demons disguised as Ram and Sri Ram. They dressed like Sri Ram. But a true devotee, my dear brothers and sisters, when you are steeped in devotion, in whatever form you see the Lord, you recognize Him. Sometimes you go to the airport to pick up somebody, and they tell this person is coming in the plane. And you were there, you never saw this person before. It happened to me many times. And then you see all people walking out, and your instinct tells you this gotta be this person. And 9 out of 10 times you're right. Even when I went to Fiji last time, I just went there too. I had this gentleman from the hotel where I was staying. He came to pick me up. I never knew what he looked like. And he was standing there because his taxi was there to take us. You have to go to a special CDC hotel, design and quarantine these things. And I'm coming out now with my bag out of the airport. And I'm looking, I'm not seeing, he didn't have any sign or anything with the hotel name. And he's standing there. And there were many people that came also standing there. An Indian guy is standing there. And look at all of them. And I approached him. And then he saw me. And he told me, come, let's go to the hotel. He didn't know what I looked like. He never saw me. He's the driver. I said, how do you know me? He said, yes, you can stay there with her. I know who you are. He identified me, just like that. His instinct told him who I was. And I also recognized that he must be the person too. That's why I went to him. So it happens. When you are a devotee of the Lord, my dear brothers and sisters, you're guided by your instincts. And your instincts will tell you, this is the Lord. So Shabari didn't have to ask the question that Hanumanji asked. Who are you two? Are you two Ram and Lakshman? And it could be an innocent question. They would have said, yes, I am Ram. He didn't have to introduce himself. That Naam Ram Lakshman do bhai. We're two brothers, Ram and Lakshman, and we're here to visit Shabari. None of that. They simply showed up and she knew this is Ram and Lakshman with me. That is the power of bhakti, power of devotion. Devotion guides you along the way. So now, again and again, she didn't want to stop bowing her feet. Again, Puni Puni Sundar, Puni Puni. Parasarodi Sirnava. Then she fetches water now. And she brings this water and Sadara Jalalai Charana Pakari. And she begins to wash their feet. So first, she's bowing her head to their feet, washing their feet with her own tears. With her tears, she washed their feet first. And then she fetches water and she begins to wash their feet. And again, she would wash the feet to her heart's content. This is what she was waiting for. Probably she was doing that in a Murti form. Today, the Lord is standing in person and she gets a chance to worship Him in person. Who would want this worship to finish? So she washes the feet, Sadar Jalai Charan Pakari, and then Puni Sundar Asan Baitari. Then she conducts both of them, Sundar Asan, to seats of honor. Now, when you examine this word Sundar Asan, it's a little hut, dilapidated hut, made out of straw or mud, for example. What can you really classify a seat of honor to mean? What do you describe it to mean? For us, if you say, I'm going to prepare a seat of honor for you, you will expect now, like one of those chairs, and this chair is sitting on there. This probably, seat of honor, special seat, nice design, nice cushion and everything. Oh, did she ever tell any of that? None of that. She never saw what it looked like. But Tulsidasi said it was seat of honor. And this seat of honor was some kush grass that she spread on the ground. Right? And she said, and please sit. In her heart, this was the seat of honor. That's what gave the seat value. Because for her, this special seat she prepared for her two most revered guests. Atiti Devava, we treat our guest, let your guest be your God. Now the reverse is happening. God becomes your guest. Remember this song? There's great expectation. Tere dwar khara Bhagwan ho. The Lord comes as Sri Ram came into Shabari's hut and he's standing at your door. Tere dwar khara Bhagwan upholds the entire earth. He upholds the heavens, the galaxies, the entire universe. Bheek mangane aaya tere ghar, jagat pita palanharani. Such a Lord humbles himself and he comes like a beggar to your doors. He is the Jagat Pita, the father of the entire universe, who the entire universe worships. And he says, My aaj hai tera mehman. Today I've come as your guest, my child. Mujhse zara pehchan, recognize me as such. Aaj luta tera sarvasva apna maan hai kehna mera. Aaj luta tera sarvasva apna maan hai kehna mera. Mit jayega pal mein tera janm janm ka mera re. Take my advice in return for this service to the Lord. Mit jayega pal mein tera janam janam ka pirani. Birth and death that you will experience, all will diminish instantly. Mit jayega, in one pal, in one moment. To chor sakal abhiman, casting away all pride, amar kar le to apna daan. Let your gift to the Lord be one that is immortal. Shri Ram ki. Now let your guest be your God. Now God is your guest. And God becomes your guest each time you have your puja, you're inviting the Lord to your home. He becomes your primary guest. You seek to serve Him, treat Him with royalty. That is why Shabari escorts these two princes, Sri Ram and Lakshman, to seats of honor. Asan is very important. You give the seat to the Lord. And Sri Ram, of course, he sits at his seat. And after Sri Ram would have been seated, then Shabari does something else. Then with our own hands, my dear brothers and sisters. कंद शबरी ने बहुत सी रसीले और स्वादिष्ट कीवर्ड स्वादिष्ट कंद मूल और फल लाकर श्री राम जी को दिए. Then Sri Ram, Lakshman, yes, she is going to feed them. Let's do that too. You have a puja, you offer Naivedya, prasad. When you offer the prasad to Bhagavan, he says, Aao bhoga lagao pyare mohan, 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 dulli ke par Please accept the food and offering you eat today. Shabari, my dear brothers and sisters, she offered the Lord fresh fruits, roots, and bulbs. Now, there's a point here we must not miss. And the point is, my dear brothers and sisters, why did Shabari feed the Lord? Of course, it is part of our custom. A guest comes to your home, the guest must be offered something to eat and something to drink. You know, it's our custom and tradition, not necessarily American tradition. The Americans will tell you, hold on until we finish, and then we'll talk to you. It is our custom that anyone, because at the table means that your guest be your God, you see, always gives it a glass of water to drink. Something must happen for you. Is that, don't you all do that? Yeah. That is important. Because that is our duty as human beings. But if there's nothing to offer the guest, what you can offer? If this guest who comes to your house is a vegetarian, and you didn't happen to have any vegetarian food that day, and the guest comes, you can tell the guest, well, you know, I know you don't eat these things. I mean, what will I offer you? I really can't offer you anything. I really can't offer you anything because, you know, I didn't prepare for you. I didn't know you were coming. I'm sorry. And you'll be failing in your duty there. Now, fact is, Shabari was prepared for the visit of Sri Ram. That's the thing. She was prepared. Because every day, even though Sri Ram didn't come all these days, no problem. The next day she prepared again. So when Sri Ram did arrive, she was prepared. She had fresh fruits, she had roots, she had bulbs, and prepared her to come. And she wouldn't feed him stale things. Fresh fruits which she had gathered from the forest, she would feed to Sri Ram. Now, imagine Shabari. Let's say she's like about 85, 86. She's this old lady, very wrinkled. Probably she only had one sari that she would wear every day, or two saris and so on. You know? And you know, very old in that. And probably no teeth. Toothless, or maybe one tooth. Right? Now, let me ask you a question. You think she's going to offer you, you're her guest. Look at this scenario, paint this picture here. You're her guest now. Suppose you were traveling to, and you're her guest. And she bites this fruit, taste it, make sure it's sweet, and she gives it to you to say, here, eat. You already do that? How many of you would? Well, that's what she did when she offered Sri Ram, this fruit. She bit this fruit, this berry, and she tasted this fruit. Sri Ram is sitting right there, and he sees, because she had no way of finding out whether these berries were sweet or not. And she didn't want to offer Sri Ram sour berries. So the only way she could find out, sorry. Can we borrow my? I know she's feeding him these fruits. Did he have a problem eating the fruits of her? झूठे फल शबरी ने खाई, झूठे फल शबरी ने खाई, बहुरी प्रेम लगाई, सबसे ऊंची प्रेम जगाई, सबसे ऊंची प्रेम जगाई, सबसे ऊंची प्रेम जगाई, सबसे ऊंची flowers contain those fruits, my dear brothers and sisters. There is no taste more delicious than love. सबसे ऊंचे प्रेम से गाए। दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो, दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो, सागरी दुर्धर भाई, He examines each fruit that you offer him, and he is looking for the sweetness of your love. If the sweetness of your love is present in the offering that you make to him, then he partakes of it. He eats it, and he enjoys it with relish. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo vibhatyam praekshati. Bhagavad Gita says, Lord Krishna says, he who offers to me, whether it be a leaf or a fruit or a few drops of water, whatever the offering is, once it is offered with love, O Arjuna, I accept that offering from you. He makes a promise to us, Sri Ram. Kandamur Padasarasati Ram Kaan. With her own hands, she fed the Lord. She didn't put it in a towel and said, Lord, here you eat, eat. Like a mother feeding a child. She takes the fruit and she offers to put it in the mouth of Sri Ram. Prabhu, please eat. Let me feed you. Let me feed you. The poet says, I'm going to move to sing with it, you know? कौन कहते हैं भगवान Who said the Lord is meat? कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं 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 भक्त शबरी की जैसे खिलाते 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 नहीं अच्युतम केशवम राम नारायण कृष्ण राम वासुदेवम श्रीधरम माधवम गोपिका श्रीधरम माधवम गोपिका जानकी नायकम रामचंद्र भजे जानकी नायकम रामचंद्र भजे कृष्ण राधे जपो 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 but Shabari ke jaise khilate nahi. If you know how to feed him the way Shabari, Kandamur Parasarasiti, dear Ram ka an, Prem Sahit Prabhu khaiye, Prem Sahit. He ate those delicious fruits and bulbs. Lovingly, Prem Sahit with love, lovingly he partook of it. He didn't say, well, you know, this thing, I have second thoughts about tasting this tasting fruit, you know. I don't know how we're going to go down. I don't want to make her feel embarrassed by not receiving from her. So you eat, you know, half-heartedly. That's why this word Prem Sahit is mentioned here. Because you take it because you want the person to feel bad. And you eat it, but you're not enjoying it. Because it's jute by it. You know? But Sri Ram, lovingly he partook of these fruits. And bar Batani thanking her again and again. It was the most delicious meal that he had. This is how much Sri Ram appreciates his devotees. This is how much he loves all of us. When you offer to him your fruit flowers, the Lord accepts them and he blesses you again and again. This is what is needed, my dear brothers and sisters. Nothing else. Now, up to this point, Shabari is not talking. Now she began her speech to Sri Ram. So, she stands now before the Lord. She folds her hands and she begins to address Sri Ram. This was a woman who never went to school. She didn't know any prayers. She didn't know how the grammar, vocabulary, nothing like that. She was totally illiterate. And she is standing now to Sri Ram. What is she going to say to the Lord? What speech is she going to make? What is she going to say that can impress Sri Ram? That can move him? Let's hear her words. Pani Doriya ge bhaitari, Prabhu Hiro ki preeti adhikari, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Kani Vidya Stuti Karo Tumhari, Kani Vidya Stuti Karo Tumhari, Ram Jagi Main Jadmati Bhari, Ram Jagi Main Jadmati Bhari, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Anamaya Ramaya Ramaya Dinari, Hiramahamaya Manjuvadhari, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Karagupati Bhami Vivata, Karagupati Bhami Vivata, Manavek Bhakti Karanatha, Manavek Bhakti Karanatha, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama. Pani Jodi aage baithai. So with folded hands he stands before Sri Ram. And as she gazed at Sri Ram, Prabhu Viloki preeti adhikari, more and more vehemently her love increased for the Lord. The more she looked at Sri Ram, the more his love is flowing from her heart for the Lord. She was admiring him, and she was so much in love with the Lord She's looking at this form of the Lord. She's so overcome with praying, with bhakti, devotion. It doesn't happen to you also? You gaze at a murti. You gaze at the murti of Krishna, for example. You go to the murti of Sri Ram, Hanumanji. And the more you gaze at his murti, this love is flowing. You're talking to them, they're talking back to you. You're smiling at them, they're smiling back at you. You're communicating, they're communicating back to you. You feel that connection. You know that the energies flow is in between you and the murti. And your hair begins to stand on end, and the tears begin to flow from your eyes, and your voice begins to falter, and your body begins to quiver with emotion. All these are symptoms of devotion when you're in close contact, close proximity with the Lord. This is how this is what she's experiencing when she's standing before the Lord. And then, my dear brothers and sisters, she begins to speak. These are her words. She says, Kehi bidi astuti karu tumhari, adharma jati mai janmati bhari. My Lord, how can I begin to sing your praises? How can I begin? Where do I begin from? To sing your glories. I have two serious inhibitions, two serious obstructions here. Two things. Number one, adharma jati. I am of low birth. I am a low class. I am a beetle, belong to the beetle tribe. I am very low. And I am a woman, she says, of mean descent. Jaramati Bhari. And this other one is, I am so stupid. I am so ignorant. I am so dull-witted. I am so illiterate. I don't know how to read and write, Lord. I don't even know how to pronounce your name properly. What praise am I going to sing to you? What am I going to tell you? How am I going to glorify you? I can't even sing a bhajan to you. I don't know your bhajan. I don't know a prayer. I don't know any mantra. What must I say to you? Now, my dear brothers and sisters, she doesn't stop there. She goes on 6 times. Adharmati nari. I am low, Lord. Amongst the lowest, I'm yet the lowest of the low. Can't get any lower than that. You pick the lowest person, I'm still lower than the person. That's who I am. Tina Mahamay Atimand Aghari. And Lord, I am a woman. I am most dull-witted, dull-headed. And this is who I am, standing before you. Very transparent. She's very apologetic about her status, about her knowledge, and about her situation. She confesses to the Lord all her faults. She surfaces all these faults and limitations as she stands before the Lord. Then Sri Ram looks at her and he smiles. He says, my child, Kaha Raghupati Sunu Bhamini Bata. And you know what? He gives her the title. He gives her a title. Sri Ram, looking at this old, 90-year-old woman, hunchbacked probably, toothless, all wrinkled, all gray. And he looks at her and he says, Subhamini Bata, Bhamini, O most beautiful lady. O most beautiful lady. Beautiful in this context would mean Miss Universe of universes. That's who you are. The most beautiful woman on the planet. That's what he sees her. That's how he categorizes her. Most, not beautiful, not a little beautiful, most beautiful lady. Everybody would want to meet the most beautiful lady on this planet. Isn't that so? You go to Ramayan and find her here. Oh, most beautiful lady. So the Bhamini Bata. You're saying that you're illiterate. You were saying you're the lowest of the low. Well, to me, he says, I recognize no relationship except that of love and devotion. In my book, these are the 2 qualities I look for in every devotee. These are the qualities of Mataji has. Tonight we speak of Mataji's love for God, characterized by the love of Shabari for Sri Ram. Now, Sri Ram goes on, and I will conclude in this next chapter because in essence of time. जाति पाति को धर्म बराई धन बल परिजन गुण चतुराई भक्ति ही के दर सोट कैसा बिन जल बागे के जैसा. Now listen carefully. One's caste, one's kinship, means your family affiliation, one's lineage, where you come from, one's piety, one's reputation, one's wealth, one's power, one's connection, one's accomplishments, one's certificates, one's medals, one's achievements, one's ability. All of these things, he says, Shabari, all these things may be important, but they're insignificant to me if the person in question is devoid of love. And he makes another analogy comparison. He says, a man without devotion, without love, is just like a cloud without water. Imagine there's a drought, and everybody praying for rain, and then suddenly you see these clouds, they set up there in the sky, and the dark clouds are there, and everybody jumping for joy. Oh, it's going to rain finally. And then you look and you keep looking and keep looking, and to your disappointment, not a single drop of water. The cloud has a shape, it has a name, it has a color, it has a form, but no content. No content. Likewise, you may have titles behind your name. You may have accomplishments. You may live in a huge mansion. You may have huge sums of money. You may be well connected in society. You may be of a high status. You may be doing a great job. But if your heart is devoid of love for others, for humanity, love for God, if your heart is devoid of devotion and faith for the Lord, you are just like that waterless cloud. You may have all these things, but there is no content. You are as empty as that empty cloud. Then what are you worth really? On the other hand, you may have none of these. You have no status. You have no accomplishments in life. You have no wealth. You are like Shabari, living in this hut with practically owning nothing at all. No possessions at all, except this little cloth that she wears to cover her body. That's all probably she had. No jewelry, no nothing. But in the Lord's eyes, she is the most beautiful. She is the most wealthy. She is the most elevated. She is the most famous. She is the most reputable. Because that's the yardstick that the Lord uses to grade us, to characterize us, to assess us. That's what he uses. He doesn't look at a person's wealth. We use that. We look at somebody's wealth, or you respect that person because he's rich. You live in a big house, oh, look at this man in a mansion. You respect other. You drive a nice car, expensive car. Wow, you respect the person. The Lord doesn't use those yardsticks, my dear brothers and sisters. He looks at the heart of the devotee. And once he's looking for her, then you are in his good books. You are sitting right at the top of the ladder. That was Mataji. She was this Bhamini. She was this most beautiful lady that Sri Ram speaks of. And if Sri Ram would have a conversation with her, he would tell her the same thing. I'm pretty sure he told her when she went up there. He welcomed her as my Bhamini, my most beautiful lady coming to my abode. That's how she was welcomed. That's the warmest welcome she was given. Because she personified all that Shabari represents. No question about it. I know her personally for many, many years, and I can attest to that. So then Sri Ram says to Shabari, my child, I'm going to enumerate now 9 forms of devotion to you, which you already have them anyway, but for the sake of the world. And then he goes on to enlist them, and we leave that for another time. So my dear brothers and sisters, what we've seen here today is the meeting. We saw what it took for someone to meet with the Lord. And we saw also how special that meeting is, how fruitful it was, how rewarding. There's many things we can learn from this. Because all of us also, I'm pretty sure, we would like to have this meeting with Sri Ram. Isn't that so? Don't you like, you pray every day, you see the Murti, but you say, Lord, can you manifest? Let me see you one day in your real form. And the Lord said, sure, I will do that. But there are certain requirements for us. that you must possess before this meeting can happen. And the requirements is what Shabari had. And we shall conclude in his closing bhajan. First of all, this fire of love must be burning in the heart. Prema ki Yagna ho. It was born and was born on this intense fuel of devotion. Bhakti Sagana ho. Man mein lagan ho. The mind be constantly fixed on the Lord. When that is done, then Prabhu mil jayenge. Like Shabari, you will meet with Shri as well. Prabhu mil jayenge. Prabhu mil jayenge. Prabhu mil jayenge. Prabhu mil jayenge. Let compassion flow like a stream. And then, the Lord will definitely visit you. Make that visit possible, meeting possible.
Right.
Let the name of the Lord be your wealth. Take his name to be the wealthiest among the wealthy. Shabari was the wealthiest woman because constantly she made the name of Shiva. When you have the name of the Lord, my dear brothers and sisters, that is the wealthiest jewel you can possess. Remember? Ayodhi maine Ram Ratan Ayodhi maine Ram Ratan Ayodhi maine Ram Ratan Vastu Amolak Piya meri Satguru Vastu Amolak Piya meri Satguru Immerse yourself in his beauty, bow to him, and Prabhu Darishayani. The Lord will definitely appear. Bless you, as that he did with Shabari tonight. We bring our discourse to its conclusion tonight. You know, when you discuss these kathas on bhakti, the time goes by so quickly, so quickly. If I tell you I've been reading to you for 2 hours and a quarter, you won't believe. It's like watching a movie, 2 hours and a quarter. But it wasn't meant to be, but you know, when you're enjoying it, you're enjoying it. So, we want to dedicate this katha tonight to our beloved Mataji. It's a great tribute to her. This is what she would have gotten up here dancing tonight as well. I can see her here doing that and enjoying all of this. And she's dancing, and you can see her what she is. So may the Lord bless this Jivat. Tomorrow we shall continue. And one of the favorite kathas she liked also was Parvati's penance to Lord Shiva and subsequent marriage to the Lord. Shiva Vivaha, we shall look at tomorrow. Is a Thursday also, day of Bhagavan Shiva, Shiva Puja. So she was a devotee of Lord Shiva as well. So that tomorrow we dedicate to her. She also loved Durga Ma. So Friday we shall discuss Ma's glories. And she loved Bhagavan Krishna as well. So we shall discuss Bhagavan Krishna on Saturday. Krishna Surama middle of Bhagavatam. And on Sunday we shall conclude with the Ramayan and Gita as well. So I want to thank all of you tonight, my dear brothers and sisters, for your presence here. I thoroughly enjoyed this Gatha tonight. Because you see the flow of devotion here through this humble devotee of Shabari.
Namo